know some of the other people's names that are in it, but we watched that last night, so I'll get to that in a few minutes. But the drink I'll be reviewing is the Ollipop Ridge Rush. This is a new one that I saw in the Lowe's. I was looking for the Yerba Mates, but I didn't see them in there. Maybe it's the Food Lion that has them, because I feel like I've seen them. I'm kind of hoping this is like a Mountain Dew. It just seems like it should be a Mountain Dew, so we'll see. Yeah. It kind of tastes like a Mountain Dew equivalent, but not nearly as good. That's what the preservatives and all the other shit they're pumping into Mountain Dews. That's the taste. That's how you get that sweet taste. This is weird. Like, it has more of a little bit of a Mountain Dewy taste, but like when you first drink it, it has some. I'm trying to figure out that taste. I can't put my finger on it. It's almost a little. Actually, you know what? It's not as much Mountain Dew as it almost is like a 7-Up Sprite. Almost like a very dull, like 7-Up or Sprite. Maybe, yeah, it's more of that than Mountain Dew to me, at least. It's not that great. They definitely have a Dr. Pepper equivalent. There's like Dr. Goodwin or something. It's not Mr. Pibb. But yeah. I don't know about this one. I'm not taking this one too much. I'll probably drink a little more of it. It's like a dull, weird taste. It's almost like a Mountain Dew Sprite 7-Up weird thing. But not nearly on the level of any of those. It's very dull to me. I don't know, I'm gonna go 4 or 5 on this. I'm not digging that taste, it's weird. That's how I can best describe it, as weird and dull. I'll probably drink a little bit of this, more of that during this, but I think I've liked all the other ones though, so. They're a decent amount of selections. Problem is it's $3 a can at the Lowe's. But yeah, I was asked about movie reviews, so I figured I'd throw it in with a drink review or something. And I wanted to at least either do a movie I'd watched recently so it was in my memory, or something I've seen a bunch of times and I can go with. But I watched Blink twice last night. It's got Channing Tatum. There's 2 main women. I don't know their names. The girl who's also in it, she was in, I believe she was much younger, but she was in Arrested Development. I think she was the cousin that Michael Cera's character had a thing for, I think. Christian Slater's in there. Gina Davis. I recognize Haley Joel Osment. And Simon Rex. I was watching, like, is that Simon Rex? But Channing Tatum's like a billionaire, and I guess he got in some trouble, and he had to issue an apology, and he lays low, takes a leave of absence, then he comes back. And the one girl and her friend, the main girl and her friend, who's the one from Arrested Development, they're like, I guess, event, you know, they're like waitresses or whatever, at like events, gathering things. And he's there. And she like goes towards him, and her heel breaks, and then he appears and helps out, chats her up, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, let's go to this island. Let's go to my island, because he has this private island. He's like, let's go. And Channing Tatum's friends with Christian Slater, Simon Rex. There's another guy too there, I don't know his name. And they have like a guard, or ex-marine who's a guard, who I also didn't recognize. But they're all friends, and they go there with these women, and they don't know each other, the women, except the main girl and her friend. So they all go, and they're having fun, and doing some smoking, doing drinking, other drugs and stuff like that. And then it starts to get weird, right? there's a bunch of snakes at the groundskeeper, groundskeepers, whatever you want to call them, are getting rid of these snakes. They keep killing these snakes. And then the girl from Arrested Development gets bit by one. And all of a sudden she like remembers. Because Channing Tatum's having a conversation with the main woman about, don't you just want to forget what happened? If bad things happen to you, just want to forget, right? That plays into the story. There'll be some spoilers here. But then all of a sudden she remembers what happened. She starts bugging out. She's like, this doesn't feel right and all this stuff. This venom makes you remember. And then she disappears. And the friend's like, I swear she was here. The other friend's like, oh my God. And they find her lighter. The other main girl finds her lighter. It says Jess on it. That's her name in the movie. Frida is the main woman's name. And I can't even remember some of the other people's names. Or something, Slater King maybe, or something like that was the Channing Tatum's name. This is how quickly I forget shit. Like Simon Rex is a chef. Haley Joel Osment was like an actor. I forget who the other guy works for. Channing Tatum's company or something. He's gonna be the next thing in there. I don't know. And Kyle MacLachlan has got a small role as well. And Gina Davis is, I think, his mother. Channing Tatum's mother. She's on the island as well. And then the main girl is bugging out because she's like, I swear, like my friend was here. And then she stumbles across this thing, this bunch of red bags. She comes across this perfume that she got the first day, and that's like helping her forget everything. And the one woman who's like one of the groundskeepers gives her this big kind of flask, and it's got the venom in it. She takes it, and all of a sudden she gets a nosebleed. She starts remembering, and then the other girl appears, the other main girl, and she starts to remember too, because she drinks them. She brings her to this room and gives her the venom, and they start bugging out because you realize what the Channing Tatum and his friends are doing to these people every night, and they keep forgetting because they're getting this stuff, these perfume, whatever it is, and they just keep forgetting everything. Messed up shit, like they're getting violated and everything, messed up stuff. And it goes from there, and then eventually the other girls, well, they fight back. Stuff happens, and I'm not gonna spoil the ending and stuff, but it was pretty good. Zoe Kravitz directed it. I believe she's with Channing Tatum now, right? They're in a relationship. It was a pretty solid movie. Me and my fiance thought it might veer off into like really bizarre, weird stuff, which I don't mind, but she doesn't really like. It did not. There's that Channing Tatum's thing. You gotta forget, like you want to forget the bad things that happen, and somehow that equates to, you can just rape and do all messed up shit to people, and they'll just forget, and it's not a big deal, right? It's a satisfying ending. These people get what's coming to them. But it was well done. The acting was all good. I mean, Channing Tatum was decent. I don't consider him a bad actor. I don't consider him a great one, though, either. He's kind of like that decent actor. He's like a 6 right out of 10. I think he's better than average points. There's a couple points in the movie where he actually does really well. Christian Slater's always good to see him, right? He was back in classic Christian Slater. Everybody was solid throughout, because there was a lot of parts where people were like, screaming and nuts. Everybody's doing drugs. People going nuts. It was a cool location on the island for this stuff. It's very, tropical type vibe. But the acting was all pretty well done. It was a little bit of a comedy too, in parts, especially when they find out, the main girl and the two main women kind of find out what's going on. It gets a little funny. Like, they give the venom to the other women as well. Like, who wants shots? And they mix the venom with stuff. Pretty well acted all around. Like I said, it didn't veer off into the weirdness, which was nice. Because sometimes, I don't mind that, but sometimes it's almost so forced. The weirdness gets so ridiculous. And this movie wasn't there for it. Like, the thing is, like, they wanted to, I guess they're going to do a thing where everybody forgets, right? He's going to sell it or whatever. Or he's just going to be messed up and do shit, right? Because he's clearly not a good person, because he had to apologize. I forget what it was, but he's apologizing for the first time, and he takes kind of a leave of absence. But Because he forgets as well, and then obviously the tables turn, right? All of them will kind of forget the stuff. Because then you're forgetting the atrocities you're committing. And you start to remember that stuff. Oh, shit. But pretty well done. I mean, I think that's Zoe Kravitz' first is a directorial debut, and it was solid, you know. It was a solid movie. It wasn't spectacular, but it was solid. Nobody kind of... Like, it's a little goofy, too, right? Like, there's a little bit of funny comedy in there because they're getting drunk and doing all types of regular stuff before the fucked up shit happens. Or until you find out what's going on, right? I mean, you knew going into the movie it was going to be one of those movies where something is not right. And it's funny, there's a part where... Well, actually, sorry, skim some news, more spoilers. The women that are all there have been there before. They keep bringing them to this island yearly, I guess, do all this messed up stuff, and send them back, and they forget. And then they meet them again, and they bring them back. So that's where it's even more messed up. It's not even a one and done. They keep doing it to these people. But, like I said, the tables turn, and it's satisfying ending. Overall, it was solid. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Maybe a 7.5. You know, but I'll go 7. It was good. It was good. You know, it was not something where you're like, oh my god, this is groundbreaking. Because you've seen these kind of movies in the past. They had another one, similar one. What was it called? Like Spiderhead or something. I think it was Miles Teller was in it. I don't think Channing Tatum was in that one, was he? No, I think it was Chris Hemsworth was the guy. Similar kind of thing, but they were like kind of, they give him drugs and stuff, messing with him. Similar kind of thing, so this is not like a new kind of thing. But, yeah, I'd go 7 out of 10 on it. I'm not the best at reviewing movies either, but it was well shot, you know. Like I said, the acting was solid. Story was decent. I mean, there's nothing really there for plot holes, I guess, because... It's just like, oh, we're making them forget and stuff. But overall, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. But, yeah, that's just check it out if you're into those kind of movies where it's like not really a mystery, but there's always some kind of revelation halfway through the movie, you know, or it takes place on an island, like The Menu, or even that Spiderhead movie. Oh my God, what's happening? You know, it was solid. Like I said, always good to see Christian Slater too and stuff. But yeah, check it out if you're into those kind of... This is kind of a thriller, kind of mystery type movie. But yeah, I'll go 4 or 5 on this Ollipop Ridge Rush. Not a fan of this really at all. And 7 out of 10 for Blink Twice. It was Blink Twice,